Hello everybody, this is Yira. Today's November 4th, 2019. The video I made earlier, I said it was October 4th. It's November 4th and it's Monday. Anyway, I've been trying to paste the transcript of the words from the Lord, and I was looking through some emails from my brother because I know that I sent him one, and when my journal was stolen, it disappeared, but it's in here somewhere, and I'll record it when I find it. But I just found this, and it's a dream that I told him on September 30th, 2019, and I'm going to share. There's this prophet. One time, long time ago, I prayed. I said, Lord, please send me a prophet because I don't know what to do. And then that night after work, my friend called me from 78 miles away, and he said, there's a prophet coming to our church. You can come if you want. So I drove 78 miles to see this guy, and his name is Tom. And ever since then, this was over 20 years ago, every now and then I'll see Tom. And he always prophesies. The last time I saw him, he prayed this, and I think it's funny because I had to go to the dentist today. My face is still just a little numb here. But this is what it said. I told Sven, I said, I really thank God for you. I remember that time you saw Tom. You were out of prison for a little bit. I saw him in the past year, He prayed that God would help me take care of my teeth so I don't have to spend a lot of money on them. The other day, I heard, brush your teeth. So I went to do it. The toothpaste was Tom's toothpaste. I had to laugh. God cracks me up sometime, but he scares me others. I had this horrible dream the other night about the tribulation, and I was shaking so bad I couldn't even hold my phone to type it. I will share it with you. I had this dream. We were in this school. It reminded me of Bennett, my elementary school. I dreamt that I was in a science lab on the third or highest floor. All of a sudden, these huge men who were like giants showed up. They were like half gorilla, half men. Every room had windows. There were windows everywhere. The windows were windows. The walls were windows. And then I said, I'm trembling right now so bad. My teeth are clenched and I can hardly type. These guys look like gorillas, like the men we saw in the Museum of Science and Industry on field trips. These were Neanderthal men. They were the kind of prehistoric men that only lived because of fossil findings and your imagination. They had one thing on their mind. They wanted to kill us. It was horrible. There were 3 floors you had to make it to get down, like to out. These Neanderthals were terrifying. I am still shaking. I was on the top floor with everyone else, and I was trying to get out like everyone else. There were 3 floors, and each floor was the same, like the layout, the Neanderthals, the windows, everything. Anyway, each floor was the same. There was only a few elevators that went down. They only had they only had place for one at a time, and there were ropes hanging out for them to be able to pull you back if you tried to get away. So there was elevators, right? There was only 2 elevators going down. They were almost like those dumb waiter things, that you can just fit one person in. And so, and then there was ropes that hung out that if they saw you in the elevator, they could just pull you back up. If you try to get away. Okay, the elevators, they could see everything. Each elevator had entrance from both sides of the wall. So your timing had to be perfect to get in. I started to hear the Lord's voice in the dream. And then I still wrote, I am trembling so bad. No one could escape the view of the giants, but I began to hear the Lord's voice, so I waited. I stopped and stayed close to the outside wall, facing the elevator, which was the only way out. And then the Lord said, now go. I jumped into the elevator, and even then, I could see below the giants were sticking in and out their heads to see who goes there. like the 3 billy goats gruff. Finally, I made it down in total surrender by pushing up against the wall, pressing with my body and arms over my head, face twisted like into the thing like that, listening to the voice of Jesus, who is the only way to escape this. This is hell on earth. There is nothing good about this. It is frightening, wicked, horrifying, loud. There will be chaos, disorder, no rest, no help, nothing. I am still trembling. I am shaking from what I saw. I was in the horror, living it. It was like The Walking Dead meets the Neanderthals. I say The Walking Dead because I've never watched it. I might have watched part of one episode, but I just can't stand the gore of it, so I would never watch it. But I went to bed one night. My husband had watched it that night. Anyway, I went to bed and I started having this vision of these people that looked normal, like men and women, but they had this, like, it was almost like something over their face that only allowed this much of their face to show out, and there were men who looked like they were normal, but they had no face. It was covered with some kind of opening where the face comes out, and all I heard in the vision was, like that. So that's a crazy vision. But the Lord told me my visions are literal unless he tells me otherwise. So this is a literal vision. It was a vision, not a dream. Dreams are not realistic like visions are. This vision was so realistic. It was like I was there living it, and I woke up and I was shaking for until I finished writing, I was still shaking. I shook for 10 or 20 minutes. It was like I was just trembling. It was so scary. I just wanted to share that with you because I know I needed to do it. So, all right. Thanks.